It's August 2023. I've just entered this new gym that I've never been to before because it's recently had a renovation and I heard it's really good. So I enter, I go to the front desk and I tell the guy that I'm new here, and I asked if he'd just let me wander around a little bit just so I could have a look and see if I'd like the gym. He says yes. So I walk into the upper body section downstairs, and as soon as I walk in, I see guys putting in work. On the left-hand side is all the dumbbell racks and the benches, and I'm seeing guys bench press and do incline flies. Along the middle is the cable stations. Guys are doing rope pushdowns and lateral raises. And along the right-hand side are all the arm machines. And as I'm walking around, I see this one arm machine I've never seen before, the Jim Leco Preacher Co. And using it is this random guy who I've never met before. So I approach him and I ask him and I tell him that, yo, it's my first day here. Am I right to just, try out this machine for just one set, just to see if it'll work for me? He turns around, he looks at me and he says, bro, with arms like yours, any machine will be good for you. With arms like yours, you can max out any machine, no problem. But sure, have a go, test it out. So I hop on the machine, I do one quick set. It's a decent machine. It wasn't as good as I thought, but it was decent. I then say thank you to him, me and him have a little laugh, we exchange names. I tell him like, yo, I'm new here. He's like, yo, I've been training here for time, X, Y, Z, whatever. Half an hour later, I'm on the motorway, driving home, and I get a realization moment. I realized that having big arms has never been a detriment in my life. Having big arms has always helped me in every single way. Guys always use my arms as conversation starters. They always say to me, especially on nights out, the geezers, they always say to me like, oh mate, you got guns there, mate. And other guys at my work always say to me, oh, like, look at your arms and shit, like, you got such big arms, like I can definitely tell you train. So having arms has never been a detriment, man. Like big arms is important and it's useful and helpful. And although arms are a bit of a meme in the sense that the classic gym bro that only trains chest and arms, like, yeah, that's a bit of a meme and like those guys should stop fucking hogging all the dumbbells. I get that. But arms is something we all need because they're always odd show. Even in a cold country like the UK, you're gonna be wearing t-shirts a lot of the time, right? So you need big arms. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to get big arms, 3 tips in particular that have really helped me so that you can finally get some respect. People can tell that you work out, and who knows, maybe you'll attract some girls, right? So what a great video for you to enjoy. So let's jump straight in. The first thing about to grow your big arms is exercise variation. What a lot of guys do and where they mess up is they would do the same exercise or an exercise that targets the same part of their arm twice in a week. So a lot of guys train their arms twice. If you're doing an upper lower split or like a push pull legs, you train your arm, you hit your arms twice a week, right? But what they would do is on the Monday, they would do something like a standing dumbbell curl. And then later on in the week, on the second day where they hit arms, let's say it's a Thursday, they would do something like a standing cable curl. That is redundant. The word redundant means to not add any more value or like to not add anything new. And when guys do the standing dumbbell curl on Monday and then the standing cable curl, the reason it's redundant is because it trains the exact same part of the bicep and trains the bicep in the exact same way. What would be better is if guys were to do a standing dumbbell curl on the Monday and then a preacher curl on the Thursday. 2 exercises that still hit the bicep there, but they're different and they target different parts of the bicep. Or not parts, but they bias different parts. So allow me to explain, right? With the preacher curl, what happens is the preacher curl is the hardest here at peak contraction when your muscle is fully shortened. That's where it's most difficult. The standing dumbbell curl is most difficult when your arms are at 90 degrees. So when your arms is fully at the bottom like this, it's easy. Then as you come to 90 degrees here, it's the hardest. And then as you finish the rep, it gets easier again, right? So this biases the bicep in the mid-range position. What we need to do is choose exercises and train in a way that varies where we're biasing the movement. Similar story for the bicep, or my bad, tricep. What would be better is if you do a rope push down on the Monday, for example, and then some sort of overhead tricep extension on the Thursday. What a lot of guys do is they do rope push down on Monday, and then they just change attachment and do a push down again on Thursday. But that ain't gonna do shit for you, because it's the exact same movement biasing the exact same portion of the tricep. And actually, let me take that back when I said it won't do shit for you. It will. You will make gains, you will grow, and there's nothing wrong with doing that, let me make that clear. But if you really want to maximize growth, it's not the best way to do things. It's, as we've said, a bit redundant. So the best way to do things is to have variation and target the bicep from different angles as such. And really this concept applies to all the muscles, right? You don't want to be doing just flat bench 24/7. You want to do one day of flat bench, one day of incline bench to maximize the amount of growth you can get, right? But A lot of guys just forget it when it comes to arms because they think arms is like a throwaway muscle, or like one of them muscle groups where you just tag it along the end and just do some quick reps and forget about it, and you know, not put that much effort into the arms. You guys got to have exercise variation, right? So do one day standing curls, the next day preacher curls. One day rope push down, next day overhead extensions. Variation that bias different parts of the bicep and tricep and different muscle lengths. Next is rep execution. Bearing in mind what I just said, a lot of dudes, they train the bicep like a bitch. Like they just sort of tag it on the end, or they don't really put much thought into it. If you're gonna train your biceps and triceps seriously, right, your arms, you gotta treat them like compound movements. Meaning, give them the same intent as compound. When you're doing your bench press, you're pushing real hard because you really want that big chest. But when it comes to doing curls at the end of the workout, you're just tired, bro. You're like, I don't give a damn anymore. You stop tracking the weight, you stop tracking the reps. That ain't gonna work for you, bro. That ain't gonna work. I'll tell you right now, because I've done it a million times. This shit doesn't work. So make sure when you train the arms, they get just as much intent as the big compounds. Now, the big reason why arms don't get that much intent or effort is because a lot of times we tag them on at the end of our workouts, which there is reason for, right? But actually, if you do a certain split, right? If you do a push-pull legs, this can work really well. There is some benefit in tagging the arms at the start of the workout. So for example, on your push day, in which you're gonna be using all your pushing muscles, right? So your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. On a day like that, you can do arms at the start. So you can start off the workout with biceps when you're the most fresh, when you can give the most intensity, when you have the most focus. Then move on to your push day, in which you're not gonna use the bicep at all, right? So the bicep's not gonna the fatigued bicep, let me say, is not gonna negatively affect any movements. Carry on with your push day. And then when you come in for your pull day, so your back and bicep day, then you train triceps as the start of that day, right? So you find that a lot of people do this, right? On push-pull legs, people start push day, chest day with arms, with biceps, my bad, and they start back and bicep day with triceps at the start. And this is very common and normal, and it's actually advised if you're on the push-pull leg split, simply because you'll be able to give the bicep more intent, and they won't just be those burden exercises at the end of your workout that you don't want to do. So give that some thought. But even if you can't do that, or if you follow an upper lower split in which that doesn't really make much sense, then still give the bicep the same amount of intent. A big reason why they're not growing is just your mental ability, bro. You're just a bitch, innit? Like, you put so much effort into your quad movements and your chest movements, and you really want big arms, but you treat arms like a bitch. Like, of course you're gonna have skinny arms, bro. Like, no wonder I'm getting all the compliments, because I'm the one that trains my arms hard even at the end of the workout. No wonder you're getting no compliments, because you're the guy who skips arms at the end, or who half-asks them, or who just does one hard set, and then when it gets hard in the second set, you're like, oh, I won't do that no more. Well, of course you ain't getting no fucking gains, bro. Of course not. So listen, you need to sharpen up, start treating arms like compounds. Now, the third tip I have for arm growth, lower reps with heavy weight. A lot of times, arms and some other exercises like lateral raises get seen as the type of movements that should be high rep only. You know, chase the burn, chase the pump, do 3 sets of 20. And that's good. And really, any rep range between 5 and 30 builds muscle. We know this, right? It doesn't really matter if you do a set of 12 or 5 or 17. As long as you're just getting those hard reps at the end of a set, also known as effective reps, that's what's gonna build you the muscle. But what a lot of people do is they neglect and pretend as if a set of 7 is illegal on a bicep, as if you can't like do a set of 7, or else some bicep policeman is gonna come and shoot up the whole place and kill you and your whole family. Like, bro, no, that's not gonna happen, is it? That's not happening, bro. You can do heavy isolation work. So the third tip is try heavy work for isolations. Do a set of 6 on a preacher curl. Now, a set of 6 is hard, bro. Like, that's gonna be tough from the very first rep, but try it. Do a set of 8 dumbbell extensions. That's gonna be fucking tough, and you're gonna have to warm up your elbows beforehand, innit? So don't say I didn't warn you if your elbow pain starts hurting, but warm up your elbows beforehand. But if you're ready, and when you're ready, do some heavy extensions, bro. Stop thinking of arms as just like a pump work only, just accumulating the blood. That's all good, and that will build your muscle, and that's not wrong, but try the heavy stuff, bro. Try a set of 6 on a preacher curl. Like, this is what I done the other day. I'll play the clip on screen. I got 6 reps. No, what did I get? I got 5 reps, and I failed the 6th. And that had my arms burning. Like, I could feel it when I bend my elbow. Like, I could feel the pain, the burn, everything accumulating up in my bicep here. Don't sleep on heavyweight and low reps, even on isolations and even on arm training. So those are my 3 tips. Number 1, make sure you're biasing the arms, different muscle lengths and different positions. Number 2, intent. Actually give a fuck about the bicep. If that means putting them at the start of your workout, do it. If that means pushing through and having discipline to still train them hard at the end of a workout, do it. And number 3, heavy reps, low weight for isolations. Let me know what you thought of this video, bro. I love you. Recently, views have been actually decent. You know, people have been loving the videos and giving me some nice feedback and leaving comments. So I appreciate you lot. All I need from you now is to like this video. No, joking. What I need from you now is, if you're struggling to build your dream physique, what you can do is click the first link in the description for a free coaching call. Yes, I've got nothing to sell you, so don't worry, bruv. Free, completely. All you do is click that button and we hop on a call in which I solve all of your muscle building problems in 20 minutes or less. So, and it's free, if I didn't mention that already a million times. So if you're still struggling to grow your bicep or anything else for that matter, click that link. It also comes with my free program. Thank you for watching. If I'm on your screen right now, that I've kept your interest somehow. Shall catch you in the next one.